Hi, my name is Eva and I garden in Zone 7. Let me show you my summer garden. We are starting at this especially cheerful and bright section, which is perfect for the beginning of summer. You can see this beautiful ice plant that I have in several places in my garden. Orange California poppy. And some lavender cotton in bloom with silver foliage. You can see how full it is. And from this angle, you can actually see some rocks. Therefore, I call it my rock garden. And I do have several rockery plants, including this sedum. Right now, it's showing its yellow blooms, but it's called blue stonecrop, actually. So it has a little bit of that silvery tinge to it. Here is my holly bush, which I'm trying to possibly train into a lollipop shape. And on the right, you can see another cotton lavender. This is Japanese spindle or euonymus. I have the variegated kind and the regular kind, and it's actually several plants that are all entwined together, but I tried to shape them in separate spheres. This is tall sedum, autumn joy, I believe. And this lovely tree is a weeping willow, which seems to have more blooms coming. So when I bought it this spring, it was full of these catkins and it didn't have any leaves. But now that it has some new branches, I guess it's rebloomed. This beautiful pink dianthus is a perennial, and I planted it in the fall. It looks amazing right now. In front of these containers, I have some lobelia and white rock cress, which is done blooming. However, I've had problems with moles that pushed out a lot of my plants that were beautifully established. So the area looks a little bit sad at this moment. In the containers, the silvery plants with yellow blooms are curry plants, helichrysum. I have 3 different kinds of geraniums. Unfortunately, the place where I buy them does not specify the cultivar, but a lot of these have double blooms. Here are my bamboo containers. Last year, these completely got dried out. Every single one of them was dead. Within 5 weeks, they did recover. However, I only had between 1 to 5 or 6 plants at the most that recovered. The rest of them grew from roots. Considering that they were all dead, I think they recovered miraculously. And a lot of these stalks are well over 3 feet tall. So I'm pretty amazed and very, very pleased that they bounced back. With this being my current view of the street and garbage cans, I can hardly wait for these to fill in even more and block this very unappealing view. Now on the other side, have a look at this glorious pink carpet made of ice plant. Isn't that fantastic? Here at the very front, I definitely am experiencing some of the June gap. In the background, I have chrysanthemums, which won't bloom until the fall, and I planted some vinca, white and bright pink. And you can also see the yellow flowers are actually violas and pansies that I planted last fall, and they are slowly but surely phasing out. They do not like the heat. I also added a few dark purple petunias, which I'm hoping will offset the really bright pink vinca that I got. When I bought it, I thought it was more similar to the color of this gorgeous ice plant, and I feel it's a little too hot. I even considered taking them out, but I didn't have the heart to do so. I have several raspberry bushes, and they are quite prolific. Here's my round flower bed. I have a few violas left, and then this gorgeous sweet pea plant. I actually had 1 or 2 that self-seeded last year, and I did plant new ones in the spring. In a couple of these containers, I have some verbena for a pop of color. And then I did want to show you my rose garden. This area is dominated by the beautiful Canadian spruce. Over here, I have more of the blue stone crop and some ice plant. In the background, you can see white begonia, which I think are doing a great job here. They actually like that they are shaded, but they are being overrun by other plants that I'll have to trim back. So this is the stone crop, and there is also some Virginia creeper. Underneath the roses, there is white lobelia. This was all self-seeded, and I love the way it turned out. Here is a little bit of lavender being pollinated. I also wanted to show you this beautiful oregano in bloom. My roses were all in bloom in May, and now only a few are blooming. We have had unusual weather conditions with scorching heat, lots of rain, lots of wind. So it's great to see that any of them are actually still blooming. I really appreciate you joining me for this tour of my front garden, and I look forward to seeing you in my back garden.